Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Sammy J. Today I'm sharing with you my first ever solo win on Plunder. It is currently Plunder Duos, which I think probably makes it a lot easier rather than like Plunder Quads or Plunder Trios, simply because I'm only up against two people rather than a team of four. So I am playing on my own here, and I wasn't originally recording. Luckily I have this overlay thing set up, so if I do end up with some footage that I do want to end up keeping, I can click the save button and it will save the previous 20 minutes of my gameplay. So unfortunately the first couple of minutes of this game were cut off because I wasn't actually recording. I also didn't have a headset on. I literally didn't have any game sounds throughout this game, which at points throughout this game caused some problems, but it was a good game and I was really chuffed that I won. So I thought I'd share with you all. I know it's not the most exciting of videos, but I thought I could just show you guys where I've gone to Plunder and how I went about winning on my own. Yeah, that's what I'm doing today, just sharing with you guys this video. I started off going to the prison. That's the first location that I went. I'd already taken someone down at this point. I can't remember how much money I had off them, but by the time I leave the prison here, I think I had over $500,000, which is really good. Normally I could sort of get between like 100k to 200k raiding the prison before I end up like going elsewhere. But I always like going underground in the prison. I find it's one of the best places currently on the Warzone map to plunder, since they've sort of taken the bunker and that lot away. Hopefully they'll be opening up some bunkers soon. I believe there is 11 bunkers total on the map, but they're all shut at the moment. You can't go in any of them, which is a bit boring. I quite enjoyed sort of the going to a bunker and battling everyone, trying to get the money and get it out there in one piece. It was a good laugh, but unfortunately you're taking that away, but hopefully soon it'll be back. But yes, at this point I had $500,000, so I was sort of panicking, like I need some cash deposit balloons, like I need to get rid of this money before somebody else takes it away from me. Luckily I did find a couple of balloons. I did manage to deposit some of my cash. I don't think I bothered plundering, looting much up the top of the prison. It could just be a bit of an effort. It's a bit of a maze running around there. I just think you waste a lot of time running around there. I don't tend to sort of go right up to the top of the prison. I normally stick to underground and then the bottom floor of the actual prison itself, and then I move on elsewhere. But yeah, it is one of my favourite places to go looting at the moment. I definitely think it is one of the better places on the map. Then generally it's pretty quiet as well, like you do occasionally see the odd person or the odd team, but overall the prison's never too hectic. Unlike Boneyard, Storage Town, the Superstore could be pretty good for plundering, but again you get quite a lot of people there. The hospital again is really good, but it's just getting in and out in one piece, which can be quite difficult. That's why I quite like the prison, because more often than not I could get in and out of there without seeing anybody. But at this point I sort of decided I'd had enough of the prison, so I figured I'd head on over to the farmland. It is such a long run over to the farmland. I should have grabbed a vehicle. I wasted a lot of time running over on foot. That's the thing with like Plunder, you've kind of got a workout system. Try not to waste too much time running around. As you may have seen in my other videos as well, that I do always tend to run with the machete. I know that the Mach 10 is probably one of the best recommended guns for running with, but it's not got a huge amount of firepower, so I just have a machete as my secondary weapon, and that's what I use when I'm trying to run quicker. Otherwise, currently at the moment I've been using the LC10 with the blueprint, the poison dart blueprint on, which I found to be a really nice gun. I come across it on Cold War and started playing with it and actually really liked it, so I started using it over here on Warzone as well. It's pretty powerful, it's nice and lightweight to run with, quick reload. I definitely recommend it if you haven't used it already. But yeah, here we're coming up to a bit sort of, this is where I should have had my headset in, because if I'd had my headset in, this probably wouldn't have gone down the way it did. But it was fun. I was sort of, wow, I didn't really pull myself out of it. I managed to kill one of them, didn't get the second one. You guys will see in a moment, it was a bit of a disaster. If I'd had my sounds on, I probably would have heard them. But as you'll see here, I'm trying to fill out my cash deposit balloon, trying to get rid of some of the money. Boom, see that? It took me a moment to realise what had happened. They shot my balloon down. Luckily I had the tracker. I always have the tracker perk on so I can see people's footsteps. So obviously I saw that someone had run off to sort of my left, so I decided to duck out of the way and sort of hide, get ready for them to come to me so I can try and catch him and sort of take him down. So I'm sort of sat here waiting. Again, I still have no game sounds on, using my heartbeat sensor. There he is. There's one of them. Managed to get him because he didn't quite see me as I was in the corner. Took him down, closed the door, thought it was all happy days, grabbed his money, and the next thing you know, you ready? Boom. It was a disaster. And yeah, I lost 130k. At this point, I knew that his buddy that I'd taken down was probably coming straight back down towards him. I wanted to try and win this game since I was currently in second. I thought, you know what, I'm not going to waste time trying to take down those other two people, because I knew that I'm unlikely to be able to, you know, I'm not that great. And I probably wouldn't be able to take them both down on my own. Like, if I did, it would be potluck, but I know that with my level of skill that I probably wouldn't be able to take them both down. I thought, well, they'll probably take me down again and I'll lose more money. I decided to just call that one a loss and just carry on, move on elsewhere, and just keep going, keep pushing to get first. So I sort of went a bit further up on the map, and I'm just looting these little houses. I quite like looting the little houses because not many people seem to target them, and pretty much in every building there is always some form of loot. You'll always find some cash. There'll always be at least one crate in most of them. You get your armour, you get your cash deposit balloons, and I just find it's a good little way of getting cash. Most houses sort of, there's like a little bundle of them together. They don't take too long to run around. I think my least favourite buildings are the ones that have got loads of floors. Running up and down the stairs is very, very, very time consuming, and I do like to try and avoid that where I can. But yeah, I like the little houses. I just try to go to places that I don't think are going to be busy. And yeah, little houses tend to not be very busy, but you have always got to be careful. That's why I always have my heartbeat sensor with me. That's what I always have on my, what's it called? I don't know what's called. Tactical? No, I don't know. But yeah, I always have a heartbeat sensor equipped because it's one of the most handy little things you can have in this game for sure. And like Battle Royale, if you play Battle Royale and you get your hands on the heartbeat sensor, it really, really, really helps. It literally is a lifesaver, the heartbeat sensor. I love it so much. So yeah, at this point, like, I keep fluctuating, like I keep sort of being right up there. I think at one point I dropped down to 7th, and I thought there's no bringing this back. But yeah, I did bring it back in the end, and I can't believe it. I'm literally so made up. But see that, I still didn't have my freaking headset in, so I didn't hear them. So obviously you had two people outside. It looks like there was one inside the building as well, unless that's, yeah, I'm not too sure whether he ran in from outside after he killed me. I'm not too sure, but obviously without no game sounds, I didn't hear there was anyone about. And yeah, again, big down floor, but it is what it is. As you can see here, I'm currently in 5th. It was a tough game. And I was sort of, yeah, I was just avoiding everyone. Like, if someone took me out, I'm not going to go back in and try and get them back, because whenever I do that, it tends to not go very well. And obviously being just a team of one, it's just an accident waiting to happen, really, isn't it? At this point, I literally just, I wanted to win. Like, I knew if there was a chance of me winning, so I thought, oh, you know, I've got to give it my all and try my very best. So I'm jumping on the quad bike. I'll go for that cash crate because I sort of figured if I can get that cash crate, then that's obviously going to give me a good boost, because you get like 100k. Some of them you get more, you get like 100k in the 2 big bags, so they have like a small little bundle next to it as well. And I sort of figured if I could get this cash crate, that's going to give me a good boost, and that's going to help me get into first and secure first. So that's what I'm trying to do here. I love these things, they're coming so handy. But see that, I tried to open the cash crate and instead ended up jumping back on the ATV, and then I got run over by somebody on a truck, so that didn't go very well. It's just one of those games, there were so many things happening that just, like, literally could have destroyed the game for me. Like, I really don't know how I managed to pull it back and end up winning this game, because it was just a disaster. There were so many things happening, I just kept getting taken down. Yeah, I don't even know how I won. I think it was just potluck, really. But yeah, as you can see, I'm literally just carrying on. I'm really, really, really pushing, just trying to loot where I can, all these little buildings. At this point, you know your palms getting sweaty. It's good fun though. I quite enjoy just playing Plunder on my own if I just want like kind of like peaceful game. Because I'm not always in the mood to be on the headset, especially with randomers. Like, I love playing with my friends, but sometimes I'm totally not in the mood to be playing on the headset with complete strangers. I have to be in like the right mood for that sort of gaming. So I quite often just play on my own on Plunder, unless my friends are online. I don't do too bad, but I've never won before. I think it's simply just because it's now duos rather than quads or trios. I think that just makes a big difference because obviously I'm already up against 2 other people, if that makes sense, rather than like a team of 4. It definitely just made it a lot easier, but at least I can say I've won a game of Plunder on my own now. But yeah, here I managed to get to a cash crate before it's fully dropped. I keep seeing these Juggernaut crate things dropping, but I haven't managed to get my hands on one yet. I'm not too sure what they do. Tried to get one in a game yesterday, but it just didn't happen. I'm not too sure what they give. I don't know if it's like... So it says Juggernaut, which is obviously a perk that you typically get in zombies, which I think boosts your health. And it makes it so you can take more hits without going down. I might be wrong there, but I'm pretty sure that's what Juggernaut is. So I don't know if it's the same with these Juggernaut crates that they've been dropping in Warzone. I'm not too sure. I'm hoping I'll get my hands on one at some point to check it out and see what it's like. Yeah, I got that crate. Obviously that was a good help. I think if I hadn't have got that crate, then I probably definitely would have lost this game. And quite often, sort of towards the end of the game as well, I find myself driving around to places that have been looted already, and it can be quite difficult to find somewhere that hasn't been looted yet. So you've got to go to the proper, like, quiet little locations where people have been, like, unlikely to go. But obviously it depends game to game, because we all have our, like, our own little tactics, don't we, the way we like to play. I'm sure there's plenty of people out there that play very similar to me, sort of go to the same sort of places, and it's just really who you're up against, because you get quite a lot of players that just like to go to Storage Town and like wipe each other out and just constant battle. You get other people that like to go to the busy areas, like I said, with the big buildings like Superstore, hospital, train station, etc. You know, a lot of people like to go there because it's good for looting, but also chaotic. But obviously a lot of people like to play Plunder just for the battle side of it. I quite often do. I quite often have games where I will just go to Storage Town and I'll spend the whole game in Storage Town and just see how many people I can wipe out, because that can be good fun. See Juggernaut armor drops there. I don't think I'll bother to try and get it on this game. I was just determined to win, so obviously my head was on the money. That's all I wanted, was just the cash. And it was literally fluctuating so much between like me being the first, me dropping right down. Like I said, I'm pretty sure at one point I was at 7th, and then I was like 6th, 5th, 4th, and then it go back down to 5th, and then it got up to 2nd, and then it dropped back down. It was all over the place, so there really wasn't any way of telling whether I was going to win or not. I was just really trying, and sort of I could feel it in myself. Like I was just like, my whole body was sort of feeling like all bubbly and excitable, and it's like, come on, like, you know, I was really trying. So I did pick up the cash deposit balloon, but I think that I clocked that I was only 40k off getting a million, so sort of figured instead of wasting time depositing cash into the balloon, just keep pushing, get that 40k, and then obviously once you hit a million, all your money gets secured. So I didn't really bother with the balloon, I just was cracking on and just trying to get that money. I think I had a pretty close call coming up soon, actually. It was literally like, yeah, if I'd been like that little bit later, I would have lost a lot of money. You'll see in a sec. But I was so relieved to hit the mill, because if I hadn't, yeah, it would have just ruined, the whole game would have been a complete disaster. See, I see over here, I clocked that there's an orange crate over there. Somebody is shooting at me then. Luckily I just got that 40k in time to deposit my cash. but the panic, like my heart was pounding at this point. They're still shooting at me, like, and they got me. It was so lucky though, because if I had still had all that money on me, it would have completely killed the game. I definitely wouldn't have come first if they had got me whilst I still was holding all that cash. So so lucky that I managed to deposit it all and hit $1 million just in time. I was proper neck and neck with second place, like, for quite a while. Yeah, I remember going through all these buildings, quite a few of them had already been done. Like I was saying a minute ago, because obviously at this point in the game, like, people have generally been here, there and everywhere. So I was going in all these buildings that had already been looted, and I was just like, no, like, come on, please give me a building that can actually plunder. Because, like, I was dropping in places, it was in overtime, the game was close to being unfinished. And yeah, I really thought I was doomed because I was really struggling to find buildings that hadn't been touched yet. I think quite a lot of people tend to sort of go like downtown and like promenade west and east, because obviously you can just sort of run up and down the road and loot all the little properties in there. So I didn't even bother checking in the garage there. I literally was just thought, right, someone has already clearly been in this area. You can see doors are open on quite a lot of the buildings and that. So I thought, I'm just going to jump in the car. I'm going to try and drive to a different location and try and find somewhere that hasn't been looted yet. Just like a couple of buildings that are free. But yeah, it was so difficult at this point in the game. So only downfall about my poison dart at the minute is normally at this point in the game, obviously you get the attack helicopters come in, and if you take one of those down, obviously you get 100k from it. And normally I used to run around with my stoner, which did have enough ammo to be able to take down a helicopter on my own, but the poison dart doesn't at all. It runs out of ammo so quickly, and I can't take down a helicopter on my own with it. Like, if I've got teammates with me I can, but my gun on its own just doesn't have enough. So I don't even bother trying to take down attack helicopters on my own anymore. So you got 2 crates in here. Definitely helped. But actually, as you can see, I'm still in second. We've got less than a minute left of the game. It was chaotic. I was proper panicking, because I really, like, being that close that I see I'm like in third with 40 seconds to go, fourth, like I was dropping and it's like, no, I'm gonna lose this. And I don't know what happened. I think some of their teammates, the other teams got killed or something, I don't know. But it worked out well in the end. Yeah, I was well chuffed. Yeah, 20 seconds left. Trying to get that last bit of cash while I can. Back up in second. 10 seconds to go. Look, I've just got into first place, 10 seconds to go, and I was like, no, I'm gonna lose it, I'm gonna lose it, I'm gonna lose it, I'm gonna lose it. But no, I got it. And yeah, I was so buzzing. Absolutely buzzing. It was a really fun game. I really enjoyed playing it. And yeah, I thought I'd just share with you all. So I hope you have all enjoyed the video. If you have, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Much love to you all. And I shall see you in the next video. Hopefully with a bit more of an entertaining one.